Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jose and today we are going to continue with our drawing. So let's check our image. On the last drawing I forgot to make this wall, so let's create it quickly. We have to unlock the layer related to walls, this one, and select it. So let's create a circle. From the circle has 36 feet 3 inches. So let's create a circle from the center. We see circle from the center, and we need to use the right button of the mouse and select diameter. So would be 36 feet 3 inches. And now let's create an offset of 5 inches. From here to here. Okay. We need to trim this part of the circle because, as you can see, it's inside of the reception. So let's use trim and cut here and here and here. And now with selection we can erase the rest of the circle. Erased. Okay. The next thing is to create the dimension. So we are going to change the layer to dimension, and also we have to unlock this layer. So let's create dimension from here to here, enter, and move this number to the center like this one. It looks better. And now we need to create the dimension for the circle. So dimension radius, we need to select the circle. I want to select the first circle we made, and I'm going to move the mouse to the inner part, so that way I'm not going to have a full dimension like this one. I only want just a short dimension because I don't want to have too many things inside of this area. So I'm going to left. If you move the mouse outside of the circle, you will have this type of dimension, the one that is extending from the center. If you move your mouse inside of a circle, you will have this type of dimension. I think it's much better, it's shorter. Okay. And now I'm going to change the layer to layer 0 and locked the dimension and the external wall. With this, now our architectural drawing is finished. We need to create a layer for the new text. So let's call this layer text 001. I'm going to use this color, I think maybe 240 and or 10. Well, I'm going to use 10, and I'm going to choose the layer that I'm going to use. Okay, now let's use the command M text to create the text that I want. So click here because I want the text over here. Okay, let's type H for the height. I recommend you to use 5 inches height on your text for the main names on your spaces. It will looks good. So 5 inches, enter, and the opposite corner will be over here. So this will be reception. We need to unlock this layer if we want to, edit edit anything. And so let's put it here in the center. This is going to be my first text. Now the second text I'm going to use below. Let me copy this. I'm going to copy over here, and I'm going to change the type of text. I'm going to use maybe Romans. This Roman, and for this subtitle I'm going to use 3.5 inches. Okay, the color could be the same or you can change it. Let's change it to this color, and what I'm going to type here is what I'm going to use here is to use this text for the area. So where I'm going to do a rectangle from here to here. I'm going to use rectangle from here to here. Click on this rectangle, right bottom of your mouse, and properties. Okay, the area is 287.6 square feet. So we need to put, so let's change. It says 287.6 feet square. We can use this information on thermal loads calculation phase. So let's erase this rectangle, and I'm going to copy this text to this area and here. And also I'm going to leave a copy over here. Okay, let's start with the main restroom, and will be M restroom. Let's create a rectangle. Again, let's use the same technique that we use on the reception and here. So the surface is 94.6 square feet. We need to raise this line, and let's go to the women restroom. Let's create a rectangle again, and from here to here we have 93.9. square feet. So we finished on the restrooms. So let's continue with the offices area. Here we need to make a polyline and create like a boundary on the inner walls. So let's use polyline. Polyline. So let's start from here, here, we need to cover all the hexagon. Okay, let's continue with this one. Okay, now this point. Okay, now the restrooms. And let's close the polyline here. Enter. Now with this polyline we can get the information about the area. So we have here 564.9. 564.9 square feet. And this area will be offices and kitchen. Let's erase the polyline. Okay guys, now I'm going to take this text and I'm going to copy them, one over here and the other one over here, and I'm going to call this first floor, and roof. It's important for me to know the floor area. So what I'm going to do is to create a polyline. So from here, but this time we're going to create the boundary on the external wall. So we will go over here. I'm using just the space that I'm going to I'm using just a space that will have air conditioning. So I'm not going to choose this area from the between the hexagon and the circle. That area is like a garden, so I don't need that area for my calculations. I mean, you can create a boundary of that area if you want. I mean, maybe if you are doing a architectural drawing, your boss will want to get that information as well, or your client, so you can do it. But now I'm going to use just uh, this area. Okay, now let's select the polyline, and the surface is 1118.2. Okay, for the roof. And for the floor, I'm going to create an offset of 5 inches. Enter. I only want to know the surface of the floor that will have air conditioning. I don't going to use information of this external floor. So if I select this polyline, the area or surface is 1061.1. So let's confirm that was okay. Yeah. So now I can erase these two polylines. And well, guys, we finished with the names of all our areas. I mean, you can create more text if you want. Maybe you want to identify who will be sitting over here, or maybe who will be working around the kitchen. Maybe you can put the names of the sink, the stove, or maybe you can identify who will be working on this area. I mean, feel free to do anything you want to, make your drawing looks great, or at least, do anything your clients want. So, but so far from this example, these are the texts that I'm going to use. Now, let's select the scale of our drawing, and also we need to change the configuration of our paper space. Okay, guys, let's go now to our paper space. Now here on the paper space, we need to select the size of our paper. The size of the paper depends on your drawing, how big is your drawing, and also depends on the paper available on your company, or maybe because the plotter is not able to print all the sizes sometimes. So you have to be aware of these constraints. You don't want to select a paper bigger than of what your plotter can print. So be aware of these things before selecting your paper. Now I will go here to layout and change the name. I'm going to call here paper mode. Or let's use the same code, drawing architectural 001. Okay, let's go again here. Click on the right button of your mouse, and here on page setup manager. Let's change first the paper size. This is a small drawing. You don't need to select a really large size of paper. I recommend you for this type, drawings that are just a couple of offices or something really small. You can use A2 and click here on OK. This is the only thing we're going to do so far. So now this is the printer area. So anything on this inside of this area will be print. So be sure that your drawing and anything you want have to be inside of this. So I'm going to make a rectangle, and from here to here I'm going to create a boundary, and then I'm going to select this, Control C, and let's go back to our model space. Control C, Control P, sorry, and here I need to create a new layer. The layer would be food 001, and the color could be 253. Let's select this layer and close it. Let's change this to the layer, this one. Okay, now we can lock the text layer, and let's start to create our flat foot. The first thing is to make an offset of 5 inches, enter, and from here to here. Okay, once we got our offset, we are going to create a rectangle from here to here, but I needed around 5 inches away from this line, so I'm going to create a line, this one, 5 inches and 5 inches, enter. Also, I'm going to make a mirror here and a line. Now I'm going to erase this line and this line. Let's give to this rectangle 6 feet. Now let's copy this line here and let's copy this line to the bottom part of this rectangle. This rectangle will works as in this rectangle we are going to type the name of the spaces and anything we want. So now I need to create 3 spaces with the same size. So I have here 30 feet. I'm going to create another line 10 feet away. Okay, I need to copy this line. The first one will be 20 feet down and the other one will be 10 feet down. With this I have the three parts of this rectangle done. Now I need to start to insert all the information. The first thing I'm going to insert is the address of this project. So I need to go to Google Maps and I need to type here car house. I'm going to type it in Spanish, so it could be this one, and I'm going to use the satellite view. I think it could be this one. Let's take a capture of the screen and let's go to paint. We need to change the format of this picture, otherwise Autocad is not going to accept it. So I need to cut from here to here, crop, and I'm going to save as a JPEG image. I'm going to drop it on desktop, and then I will paste the picture over here. I think this size will be okay. Okay, now I'm going to create a rectangle from here, this point to this point, and I'm going to drop it on the picture because I want to show all the reference points, and I think will be right to drop it over here. I'm going to change the color to identify where it's located, and also I'm going to create a circle just to be sure where is this corner of the rectangle. I'm going to use the command ICL, enter. I'm going to select the image, new boundary, and S for select polyline. Okay, now I can erase this circle, and also I can change the layer for this. Also the layers is selected. I'm going just to change the color. I will move this image to my Blackfoot and drop it over here. Okay, now I have the part where the address is um, is shown. Now I have the part where the address is being shown, and I will continue now with the logo of this project. Okay, this is the logo. I'm going to use the logo of my channel, Control C and Control B here on our drawing. Now I'm going to drop the logo over here, and we'll copy maybe this line. I think it's better. Here, and the logo is done. Now I need to use this space for the general notes of our project, so I will use M text, and I think from here with the height of 5 inches, with a height of 3.5 inches, enter, and the opposite corner will be up to here, and the general notes. I think I'm going to change the text. I need to use maybe let's use a romantic one. I think could be this one, Romans IV 25, and let's put an underline and move it to the center. Okay, so I'm going to leave this space blank because I don't know which notes I'm going to include on the drawing yet, so I will do it, on the maybe shop drawings phase. But so far, I'm going to leave this in blank. Now let's continue with the information that I'm going to drop over here. So I'm going to use a space of 4 inches. And I will do the same to the other spaces. And here, here, and just one more. I'm going to leave, I'm going to create a rectangle over here from the middle point up to here. And now let's use string because I need this space for the number of my drawing. I think I'm going to erase a couple of lines here, so I will have more space for the notes. 2 more. Okay, great. Let's use text, and the first corner will be from here to here. The type of text will be romantic, or no, I'm going to use the same that I used, Romance IV 25, and the first item will be project number. Enter. And then I think I'm going to change the hashtag. Okay. And now project title. Will be discipline. Draft by designer. Now scale. revision number. The projects, normally you have to, go through different amounts of revisions because everybody wants to make sure that everything is done properly. So you can add as many revision you need. And also I'm going to add here date. Okay, I'm going to leave these spaces in blank just in case you need to, add more information, depends on your project, but feel free to do anything you need. But please, you need to leave and you need to remember that this drawing will be fold. So try to leave the logo of your company, the general notes, and the drawing information and the front part. So once you are, fold all the drawings, all of this important information will be shown on the front part of your drawings. Let's create a type of text. Style, enter, and I want to create new text. I'm going to call it Jose J. Diaz. Okay, and the height will be 3.5 sorry. And I will click here on apply and close. Now I need to go to the block editor, and because I'm going to add some attributes, so this way we can add the text to our format automatically. Sometimes if you don't have attributes, you need to do it one by one. You need to look for the size of the text, you need to look for the type of text, and you can save a lot of time by doing this once. So let's go to attribute definition. Okay, I'm going to do this for the first one. The tag will be project. I'll have to use the Y here. The prompt will be project number. This is going to be the first tag, and the text style is set by definition. Okay. The next thing I need to do is just to locate my text over here, and I need to do this for each item. Do not copy this one here because you are not going to have the information that you require. I recommend you to do it, for all your items. Sorry, I need to change this Y. It's set J. Okay, I'm going to do that again for project title. Attribute definition will be title. Information I want is project title. This is going to be the second one. And okay, I'm going to drop my title over here. And you can do it for all the items. I will do it for these 3 items to save some time. I'm going to do it again for the number of this drawing. The tag will be number. drawing number. It's going to be this third one, and I'm going to change the text. It will be standard, and I think I'm going to add 20 inches, and I will click on OK. Let's check. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, let's do it for the number. Will be the tag will be N. The prompt will be number of the drawing. This is going to be the third one, and I'm going to change the style. Yeah, I think the standard is okay. The height of the text will be 20 inches. I will click here on OK, and I will put my N here. And now I need to close the block editor, save all the changes, and now I need to erase this one, and I will go to our paper model, and I will erase this line, and to use insert block, and I will look for the block I made. Is this one, and I'm going to drop it over here. Okay, now as you can see, now you can, if you want, you can close this and go item by item. Maybe if you want to start with the number one, project number, maybe it will be project is, I don't know, 2020-001. Okay, project title. Let's click here, and it will be architectural for, no, let's call this guard house. The G house. Okay, project title, guard house. Okay, and the number of this drawing will be 01, or maybe just 1. Okay, and that's it. Now we finished our format drawing for, no, we finish our flat foot for our drawing, our format. The next thing we need to do is to adapt this viewport. So let's unlock this layer. So the viewport is the connection between your model space and your paper space. So what I'm going to use is to select the space that I want for my drawing. I want from here to here, and to here. I mean, I can use all the space if I want, maybe here and here. And let me deactivate this. And now I think we can erase this picture and give to our drawing a right scale. Let's try to use with the 1.2. 101 is too big. I think 112 is okay. So now what we can do is to create another viewport if you want to show the details. For example, you can do something like this. I mean, if you want, you can create another viewport. You can copy this one. Make them smaller. So you can adapt your viewport. I'm going to leave this viewport over here, and I'm going to copy another viewport, and I'm going to copy this viewport, and I'm going to move it to here, and adapt it to our drawing. Because maybe on your drawing you need to show the details, the constructions details. Maybe you want to show the columns, and I'll copy here to the, I don't know, could be the shapes maybe. You can do as many as you need. So now let's change the scale. If you need to change the scale, you need to go here to this part of the Autocad. And I recommend you to use scales that you can measure with your scale ruler. Because if you choose another type of scale, I don't know if you're going to be able to go to your meetings or your job site and check the measurements and properly. So I recommend you to use a commercial scale. You need to check your ruler so you will be able to identify which scales you can use. I'm going to use for this one 2. It's okay. So all the measurements were reduced to half of the value. And here for this column, I'm going to choose 1/8. No, it's too small. Maybe also it's too small. I think 101. But in this case, I recommend you to change the size of your viewport so you will have okay. For this one, I think we need to use an amplification scale, maybe 2:1. Okay, this one looks good. You need to, for this one, you need to use an amplification scale, maybe 2:1. Okay, I think 4:1. Okay, this one is okay. And for the shades, let's try it with the 2:1. And also it's okay. So now we need to create another layer. We are going to call this layer text 02, and the color will be maybe blue. Yes. Okay, let's type here text on this corner. The height will be 5 inches. Enter. So this is going to be plant. Sorry. Let's use text on this corner. The height will be 5 inches. Enter. And let's drop the opposite corner over here. And this will be plant general plant view. Let's copy. Let's copy. Let's change the size of this. Let's change the height of this text to 3.5. Enter. And I think the color can change with this one, and we're going to type here scale 1, 2. Enter. We can create a line here. And let's make this text the same Romans that we use, and this one. Okay. And the underline. Okay. Now let's copy this one to this part, and this other part. Let's adapt this just a little bit. Feel free, guys, to change what you need, adapt what you need. I mean, I only showing here a general way to do it, just to give you an idea how you can do this type of things. Maybe you need this smaller. You can try uh, what you can try which view looks better, which the details works better for you. Feel free to change and adapt to anything you need. I'm just giving you some recommendations that be helpful. So here is 4, 1, and this is 2, 1. Shades could be detail 2, This one could be detail 01, columns, reception, columns. Okay, now we finish with this configuration. If you are going to work inside of this viewport, I recommend you to lock your view. So no matter what you change or no matter what your view are, no matter what you change or no matter what you are doing here, this space is not going to move from your initial configuration. Now let's go to locked all the layers and let's create a PDF model. I will go here to print, then plot. We need to change, if you're going to select your uh, plotter or your printer, you need to add it to the configuration of Autocad by just using the normal driver. If you're going to printer directly, you need to choose your printer name. If not, you need to select here DWG to PDF. Do not change the size of the paper. Quality have to be maximum. And here you need to select the colors of your drawing. If you want to grayscale, monochrome, I'm going to use none. I'm not going to change anything because I want this with full color. I will go here to preview. And this is the way our drawing is going to look like. It looks good. So now let's give this. So now let's click here on OK. And I'm going to save it on my documents on my folder. Do you remember the folder we create a long time ago? Now I'm going to give you here save. And voila, our drawing is now on a PDF format. Well, this one looks great. All details and the balance between the dimensions and the grid lines are okay. Here, as you can see, these dimensions look really big. You can adjust this to another scale for you looks better, or maybe if it's okay with you, leave it that way. So the most important thing is to have the idea and to know what our client want. Maybe your client likes a typical size of letter for the project, so you have to follow what he's asking. This is the shades dimension and the detail is okay. And don't forget to do the same thing with the attributes of these items. Okay, the only thing I will improve here is this red line. I think we need to erase it. So let's go to text number 1, unlock it, and I'm going to erase this line. And also I'm going to change this rectangle inside of here. Or could be a line as well. So let's try again. Print, plot, TWG to PDF. You can also select layout, or you can select a window. I would rather use layout, so you can everything on your paper mode will be selected. And none, quality have to be maximum. Do not change the scale because we already set the scale. Okay, now everything is on the screen. If you want to be more accurate on the selection, you can also use window and select specifically what you want. So maybe I want to select here from here, center plot and preview. As you can see, everything is on your model and ready to be printed. So let's give this OK, and we need to save it. Much better. We don't see now that red line, and everything was saved in the same drawing. With this, we finish our two-dimensional phase of the drawing. We learned how to create our figures, how to create the spaces on our drawing. We learn how to create dimensions, text, and different things by using the different tools that Autocad has for us. And also now we learn how to create a format to plot our drawing according to what we need. Feel free to change anything you think it will looks better. It will make looks better your drawing. Remember, each client has their own requirements, so try to listen what they need and try to follow what they want, and you will have a successful project. So on the next video, we're going to start with the two-dimensional phase of our drawing. Well, I'm really excited to start that phase. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because that will allow me to continue with this type of videos. Also, subscribe to my social media. I will be happy to have you over there. And also, if you have any concern, any doubts or questions, drop it on the chat box. I will be happy to help you to answer anything you need. And I will be uploading the next video soon. So stay safe. I hope you are having a great time and see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.
And I'd walk a million miles just to see